Hi, I'm Andy, and this is my wife Amanda. We've been married for 11 years, and we've been trying to have a family for 6 of those years. We moved back to Naples to start that family, but things didn't really work out quite that smoothly, so Amanda can tell you more about that.
Yeah, so about after a year and a half of us trying to conceive, we realized that we probably should see a fertility specialist. We ended up doing multiple rounds of IUIs, which then led to an IVF. We thought that IVF, of course, would work, and it turns out that, of course, it didn't. So we were devastated. We were unexplained. What was happening with our situation was that our embryos were dying, and there was really no understanding as to why. It could have been either egg, sperm, or a lab quality. So everything was checked and cleared. They didn't know what it was. He was okay, the lab was okay, so it must have been egg quality. So we did some things to try to work on the surface level to improve that egg quality, and we ended up trying another 2 IVFs, which unfortunately failed. So I'm sure you can imagine the amount of emotional investment and financial investment that went along with that. And it was devastating for us, and it still is. And but I decided to look further and do more research onto what could possibly be causing my body not to do what it was meant to do, and why I was having such poor egg quality situations. So with no symptoms at all of endometriosis, I decided to do exploratory surgery to see if that could possibly be something I have. It was a risk. We did it. And it turns out, yes, with no symptoms at all, I had stage 3 endometriosis, and it was everywhere.
So we finally had a little bit of an answer.
Yeah, and as much as I of course would have loved to have known that information before we did the IVFs, and that's kind of the tragedy of our story, is that we didn't know. And unfortunately, doctors didn't know to test. They're still learning. They didn't know to tell me to go for that exploratory surgery. So I went for yet a second surgery in New York to see if this particular specialist could remove it the way the latest research says to remove it. And he did, and it was clean and it was good. That was last August. And we have since taken a break from everything. We decided to foster 2 children to give back to our community and to take care of children, since we had the ability and the space in our home to do so. Those children have since been happily reunited with their mother, and we are ready to go full force again with trying to conceive. It's just that we can't fully do that because of the tremendous amount of financial stress that we have incurred through everything that I've just described. So Dr. Alfred would love to do another IVF with us, and she feels very confident because of the changes in my AMH levels and all of the great things that have happened with that, but we just can't afford it, and that's kind of the tragedy.
Amanda works for a nonprofit, and I'm a teacher, but nobody has worked harder than Amanda has to get her levels where they need to be and to make her right for having a family. So if anyone deserves it, it's her.
And he's been wonderful, and I couldn't have done it without him. And we thank you so much for hearing our story and considering us. Thank you.
Thank you.